We're going to start with some vocal exercises and see if we can get at that squealo issue a little bit.
Okay.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about some ideas for literature for the semester.
Okay.
Okay? All right. So let's start first with a quick little falsetto exercise. And I just want you to whoop. Okay?
Sure.
So starting from the bottom and just whoop up to the top. Whoop! Whoop! Good. One more. A little less effort.
Okay.
Whoop! Whoop! Yeah, good. Now start from a little bit lower. Same thing. Again, not a lot of effort, just lower pitch. Whoop! Whoop! Good. Good. I want you to start with an E vowel. We're going to start with the letter S. C. Come down the scale out, okay? Don't feel the need to make that when you finally get down into your chest. Don't feel the need to go, oh, I'm in my chest now, I'm going to make it bigger. C. Try to find that little spot that you found when you were in your falsetto and keep it there.
Okay.
Okay? One more time, same spot. Good. Just a little bit more fun. We're going to keep going, but to put a tiny bit more of a point on the sound, again, to get at that issue of placement so that we can achieve a little bit more squealo in the sound. We're going to put an N in between the S and the E. Yeah? So... I want you to start the same way with a little bit more of a hiss on the letter S, so maybe a full beat, and then go to that N and then E ah. So we're trying to do with that ah, open from the palate, from a stretch of the palate to the ah, rather than trying to use the jaw. Very little movement of the jaw, okay? Good. Good. Yes, except at the end. The idea here, Fred, and what I'm going to be hammering on you for most of the semester is when we achieve, like with the falsetto exercise that we started with, and then with this exercise, when we achieve a sort of a smaller, higher placement with a slightly higher note, I want you to aim to really keep that as you come back down into a lower, more comfortable tessitura.
Okay.
Okay? So not but It's going to sound very odd when I say this, but again, don't close the nostrils.
Okay.
Keep, and I don't mean flare them, I mean allow air to continue to escape to them as you're exhaling. Right, rather than having it sort of, when you do that, when you close that air off from the nostrils, you're really limiting the resonance that you have. You're getting in the way of some of that squealo that we're talking about. Okay, one more time from here. Good, a little bit less. Good. Starting with that hiss again. Snee-o-e-o-e. Okay, Fred? So, snee-o-e-o-e-o-e. What we're trying to do here is use the placement of the N and then the E to impact the placement of that O vowel, so there's still some resonance, some squealo, or a little bit of a further forward placement of that vowel. Good. Yeah, and again, the effort's here, not here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. That's all you need. Again, it's not it's coming through the sinuses, not out the mouth. Yes. Yes. One more. When you do that, do you feel any difference in vibration in the face?
Yeah.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
What is it?
It feels like a little more fuller, like in and out, like I'm allowed to like do something with the resonance instead of like it just being in my head. I'm like able to
I'll buy that, I guess. Back here, same exercise. Now we're going to add an octave plus one run on the O vowel. So, okay. And as we go up, we keep that open. It is tempting sometimes when you feel like, oh God, I'm going towards my register break. It's tempting to pull back. Try not to do that. Try to keep that open. Good, Fred. Very good. Not bad. Now, I'm going to add one more variable to this, which is that as you go higher, I want you to think about that O vowel being slightly narrower and slightly taller. Oh.
Okay.
Okay? Pretty good. Not bad. One more time. You know what? I'm not going to say anything. One more time, and just make sure that just because the vowel is becoming narrower, it's also becoming taller inside the mouth. Not here, but here. So the release of air is still the same. Okay? Good. Let's do a little bit of a breathing exercise. The one thing about this room that's bad is there's no board, but snee-a-ah-o-oo, all on the same note, and I want you to crescendo to the ah, and then decrescendo back to the end. So, okay? again beyond pitch. Again, why are we using the N? Placement. Okay? One more time, a little bit more on that hiss.
Okay.
Remind me, why are we using the hiss? What's the point?
To let the air flow through and like to then get that placement of the N vowel.
No, but we have some wonderful parting gifts. No, the idea is with the hiss that you can more easily feel the engagement of the lower abdominal muscles. We're trying to train that muscular behavior. And then we keep it throughout the rest of the exercise. That's why on me, when I sing, you don't see very much movement up here. All of it is down here in the abdominis rectus. Okay? That's what it's for. That's why it's important that you do the hiss first. Okay?
Okay.
Good, Fred. Good. Last one. Does it feel natural? Does it feel okay?
Yeah, it feels
all
natural.
Right. Do you feel any extra tension or anything like that when you're doing it? No. All right, so now I want to do the same exercise, but when you get to the ah, right, so it's going to be, I'll demonstrate here. Again, all on the same breath. We can take away a little bit of the crescendo on the ah because you're going to be going, the crescendo will naturally take care of itself as you go up the octave, okay? Yeah, the whole thing is a little, I was going to say something on the last one, but I thought I'd give you a chance to fix it. So, one of the challenges when I teach dancers is that they spend their whole lives being told that they have to hold their core tightly. Right?
Yeah.
And then I get them in here and I'm like, so you have to release your core in order to let the breath fall in. And they go, oh, what? But that's what's happening is you're doing this. You're taking a breath and you're going. So yes, you're breathing low, but if your breath were any tighter, you'd explode like a balloon, right? So the idea instead, Fred, is to try the best you can to release the core. And I know, again, you're a dancer, it's tough. But what works for me is actually not to think so much about my abdominal muscles, but rather my lower back muscles. And if I think about relaxing those and releasing them, then that air falls right in. So instead of it taking 1 or 2 beats for you to take an inhalation, it happens very easily when you just release and allow that air to fall in. And also the other benefit to it, and we've talked about this a bit last semester, is that the more that you can relax on the inhalation, the more that it allows the muscles of the vocal tract to relax. And therefore, it's almost like a reset button, really, every time you take a breath. But if you don't take advantage of that, and you take a breath that has tension, muscular tension in it, it actually works the opposite way. Now you're building muscular tension, not just with the lines that you're singing, but then in addition with every breath, and it gets more and more and more difficult to be able to sing freely and easily when your muscles are tightening up. So is it a challenge? Yes. So what helps?
to like release that?
Yeah, what helps you to be able to feel the engagement of those muscles so that you can also release them when you need to?
Mostly probably like going a slow, deep breath, and then at the end of that breath, I'm like fully just like there.
Okay, what I'm getting at is a little bit more active, which is funny because I'm talking about a passive process. But so, for example, things that help me: literally resting my hand here, standing with my back against the wall, so I have sort of this sensation of touch, so I can feel when my back is active or when it's relaxed. Yeah. I don't know what works best for you, but things like that, so that there is some sort of tactile stimulus that you can feel to know, oh wait, I'm not relaxed yet. Yeah. Or, oh, I was pretty relaxed. And what should happen then is that inhalation happens like that rather than that. Okay? Can we try this exercise one more time down here? And I want you to do the best you can to just think about releasing those muscles rather than inhaling. Okay? Good. Release. Good. We're going to do one more. Release again. And this time when you go to the ah, see what happens if you put a tiny bit of ah in that vowel. Like the vowel we use when we say nah. Something like that. Too hard? One more time. It's a little wide, but it felt like you kept a little bit more of this in the sound. What did you feel?
Can I try it one more time?
Yeah.
To get it?
Can you answer my question first?
Yeah. So what I pretty much felt was that it was sort of easier to get up there.
Yeah.
Without that much strain.
Okay.
At all.
That's good. Now let's see if you can do it without the width.
Yeah.
Good. It's a good start, friend.